Coming to you live from the Shoppes of Solana in West El Paso. It's the Workday Grind with TonyP on Stream915 Radio.
All right, welcome to the Workday Grind. I'm TonyP, and we are about to go live on the radio, so let's get to it.
Coming to you live from the Shoppes of Solana in West El Paso. It's the Workday Grind with TonyP on Stream915 Radio.
All right, here we are. Welcome to the show. Do apologize for starting a little bit late, but here we are. It is a Wednesday, folks, and according to my fiance, it is Revenge of the Sixth Day. For all you Star Wars geeks like me. But here we are. It is a Wednesday, May 6th. We've got quite an action-packed show for you today. We're going to be talking more about the details of our career day that's supposed to happen tomorrow at the Idea Public Schools Mesa Hills campus. Got some breaking news for you as of yesterday. And then we're going to talk about our event next weekend, I should say. Not this weekend, but next weekend. It's called Nature Through Our Hands, and that's going to be at La Nube, so we're going to give out the details on that. And also, at the 12 o'clock hour, we have a special guest, and his name is Sergio Cepeda. Sorry. I'm horrible at pronouncing names and last names. But he is an entrepreneur and business owner here at the Shoppes of Solana. He owns the Ceviche Bar as well as C-Fam. So we're going to be talking to Sergio today as we start to come back around and start doing some interviews with our very own neighbors here at the Shoppes of Solana. So we're going to get to know some of the business owners throughout the summertime here on the show. So looking forward to kicking it off with Sergio, and should be a great one because we've got some additional stuff that we're going to be talking about on the interview, plus some announcements that we're going to be making on a new partnership that we have here at Stream915 Studios and CFAM as well as Ceviche Bar. So stick around. It's going to be a very exciting show. Don't forget to go to stream915.com and create your free account. You can watch this podcast interview that we're going to be with Sergio and much more here on at stream915.com. It's free to join, and all you got to do is go to Stream915, create your free account, and there it is. So thank you very much for joining the Workday Grind. I am TonyP, and let's get to some music, and when we come back, more information about what's to come.
Coming to you live from the Shoppes of Solana in West El Paso, it's the Workday Grind with TonyP on Stream915 Radio. from the Shoppes of Solana in West El Paso. It's the Workday Grind with TonyP on Stream915 Radio.
All right, here we are, back again. It's the Workday Grind. I am your host, executive producer, and host of the Workday Grind, TonyP here. Thank you so much for listening, and if you are watching on our live stream, thank you very much for watching. Very much appreciate it. We don't usually do a whole lot of live streams on my show, but we definitely do it for the good ones. And today is a good one, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got a lot to talk about today. Yes, we do. So before we get into the details, let's first discuss Stream915.com. Go to Stream915.com, create a free account, and you can listen to Stream915 Radio along with everything else. Stream915.com. All you got to do, create your free account at Stream915 Radio, and you can listen to my show. You can listen to Stream915 Radio 24/7. You can listen to tonight's live show. That is the 915 mix with Murphman. Takes a bunch of old music, retro music, and mixes it up and plays it. Pretty good. Very, very good show to listen to. And that starts from 6 to 8 p.m. tonight. And then on Friday, of course, we have my show once again. We have it Workday Grind, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then on Sunday, you have Jet Tags Radio. Michael and Don spin the indie music. And so you're going to want to listen to that as well if you like a different kind of music, a different style of music, particularly indie music. Haven't heard a lot of it, but it's very interesting and fascinating to hear indeed. Their show is at from 12 to 2 p.m. every Sunday on Stream915 Radio. And then to finale the weekend, we have the Vibes in the 915 with the Murphman yet again from 4 to 6 p.m. And he plays retro music, he plays today's music, mixes it up a little bit, but also talks about different topics, interacts with the crowd. It's a really good show. That's every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. here on Stream915 Radio. And so if you go to Stream915.com, you can watch, listen to podcasts, replays, original series, video courses, and so much more. Everything is all about the 915. Everything is about El Paso 915, hence Stream 915. So go check it out. Highly encourage you to do that. And we got a lot of free content, and we have premium content. So if you want to rent or get a course or watch a short film, you're supporting local creators here in the El Paso area. So please do so. Highly recommend it. So let's talk about what is happening tomorrow for Career Day at Idea Public Schools Mesa Hills campus. Yes, we were invited a couple months ago. I've been kind of talking about it here and there on the show, but as of yesterday, confirmation, we're going to be there. Idea Public Schools Career Day, Mesa Hill campus. It's going to be from, I believe, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Going to try to do some live streaming, but not so much. We're going to do some podcasting. We're definitely going to shoot a lot of video, so just be sure to look for all that on Stream915.com when it becomes available and we finish up with that project. But yeah, we were told yesterday, and I thought, it's just going to be, we're just going to have another table and chairs and kind of mix with the other, businesses, government agencies, Career Day, right? Fire, police, all that jazz, military. But what I was told is that we're actually going to be on the center stage. So yes, Stream915 will be there. We're going to let the kids play on the microphones, play with the mixing board. We're going to show, previews of our platform. But yeah, we're going to be front stage at the Career Day Idea Public Schools. So that was a little bit of a bombshell for me because now I have to go and plan everything else all around that. But it's going to be exciting to say the least because I've done a few career days and I've been in center stage before. A few years ago, pre-COVID, White Sands Missile Range Elementary School. I was there for career day as well, so it's a lot of fun to see, hang out with the kids. But we're gonna do it again tomorrow. So check out our socials. We'll be putting some updates on there. We're gonna try to see if we're gonna do some live streaming. We'll see. I guess it depends on the internet connection, of course, and kind of see how we can work out the logistics. But we'll do what we can. So stay tuned for that. But very excited about participating at Idea Public Schools. And if you want to know more about Idea Public Schools, highly encourage you to go to stream915.com and check out my free replay podcast with Yvette Delgado. She is the school principal, and she was talking about Career Day with me as well as Idea Public Charter Schools. So if you want to know more about Idea Public Schools in the El Paso area, they have 5 campuses, and you want to know more about it, check out my podcast at stream915.com. It's right under live event replays. So highly encourage you to go check that out. Alrighty, so let's see here. How about we play some more music? Because in about 20 minutes, we are going to have Sergio Cepeda. I'm going to get it right, Cepeda. He's a business owner and entrepreneur. He owns CFAM and he owns the ceviche bar inside the Shoppes of Solana. Great guy. Got to meet him. We had some conversations and we're going to discuss himself, his business ventures, his career, CFAM, ceviche bar, and make a few announcements about our partnerships. So should be a very interesting conversation. Definitely encourage you to watch, or if you're on Stream915 Radio, listen live. I encourage you to listen live on Stream915 Radio because you can actually be able to hear the music that we play. We can't play it on live streaming socials just because of copyrighted. But if you go to Stream915 Radio, we're fully licensed on that radio, on our radio station, so you can listen to all the music that I play right here on the Workday Grind, in between our talking points and in between our interviews. So highly encourage you to listen on stream915.com. Don't worry about it. You're not going to miss anything on the live video feed. On the live streaming video, all you're going to see is me walking around the studio and doing stuff in between my talking points. So if you want to, get a little of your voyeur on with me, by all means, this is what it's here for. But yeah, go ahead and go to Stream915 Radio and see it for yourself. So when we come back, we're going to have Sergio Cepeda from Ceviche Bar and CFAM joining us here on the show. So stick around. This is the Workday Grind. I am TonyP, executive producer and your host, and stick around.
Coming to you live from the Shoppes of Solana in West El Paso. It's the Workday Grind with TonyP on Stream915 Radio.
stream915.com, and you create your free account today. So once again, thank you so much for listening and watching the Workday Grind. I am Tony P, your host, and joining me today, we are going to be starting our Shoppes of Solana. We're going to be doing interviews with our fellow neighbors, and we're going to kick off our very first interview today with Sergio.
Hey, what's happening, Tony? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. There's your microphone.
You got me there?
I do.
This thing on?
It
All
is.
right.
Check, check, 1, 2, right?
Mic check 1, 2.
Yeah, so here we are. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Workday Grind. We very much appreciate it. And as I was saying before in the early part of the show, we're going to start doing some rotations around the Shoppes of Solana and talking to some of our neighbors, our fellow neighbors here inside the mall, because as you know, we all share the same mall space together. We're all here trying to have successful businesses, just like you, just like me. And so want to make sure that we do our rounds around the mall just to make sure that we are talking with everybody, our immediate neighbors, before we, as we continue to branch in and out. So you're my guinea pig today.
All right.
How does that make you feel?
I feel good, man. Thanks for having me, Mr. Tony. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So we, just a little bit of background. When we first moved in back in March, I saw CFAM and immediately fell in love with it because of the ginormous screen and the stage and just the play area for the birthday parties and all that stuff. We'll get into that more here in a little bit. But we were basically, I was coming in and I was trying to get with you, and you were saying you were trying to connect with me, and finally we did, and some sparks flew, and we started doing a lot of talking and collaborating, and we're going to get into that here in just a little bit too. But before we do, let's talk about you for a minute. So born, raised in Ciudad Juarez, and you went to UTEP, and what was interesting is that you got a criminal justice degree. So do tell.
That's right. Yeah, that's right, Tony. So, born in El Paso, raised in Juarez. I did the completed elementary in Juarez. Pretty much all my infancy was over there. I have my heart. It's still in Juarez. It's divided into two places. We moved. My parents and I, we jumped across the border. I think back in 98, 99, something like that. I came into this country. I came into the city of El Paso, which I had, of course, visited before. I have great memories before settling in, with my parents here in El Paso. I started going to Moorhead Middle School. It's no longer a middle school. It's no longer a school.
It's no longer around.
It's no longer. Yeah, I think it's something else. It's just not a school anymore. It's still there. Yeah, it's on Festival Festival in Mesa.
My brother went to school there to Moorhead. I went to Hornado.
Oh.
A brand new school was built. Do you remember that?
Right.
Back
yeah.
in 94?
Okay.
Is when Hornado Middle School was there. My brother went to Moorhead for 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Hornado, and then we both consolidated at Coronado. So
cool.
Yeah, we West Siders, right?
Of course, all the way. Yeah, West Side for sure. So as I was saying, I joined in Moorhead Middle School in 6th grade. Not a word of English. So Spanish is my first language. So if you hear that pocho coming out of me, go easy on me. Now that you talk about Coronado, I wanted to go to Coronado so bad. Of course, that was impossible. My parents, got a little house in Santa Teresa, New Mexico. So we moved over there. Most of my friends went to Coronado High School, being a West Sider, as we were saying. I wanted to go to Coronado. Actually, my sister graduated from Coronado, I believe in 99, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much my how I started here in El Paso. So yeah, I went to Santa Teresa Middle School. I graduated from Santa Teresa High School in 2007. And then right after high school, I joined in the community college. I really didn't have an idea of what I wanted to do. I didn't have much options back then. So I went straight to college, EPCC. So I was trying to figure out what to do. Meanwhile, I had various different jobs. I was working for, it used to be Diamond Shamrock. It's a gas station.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
And now they switched it so many times
Oh,
now, right?
yeah, they
Now
branched around.
We call it, DK, AKA for us, Donkey Kong. And
That's
then
right.
it's just a number of other things, right? And it's just,
Right.
yeah, you're right, Diamond Shamrock used to be around. They're still around, I think, a little bit here and there. I think I saw one in Cruces, but
Really?
that could be just my figment of imagination. But yes, Diamond Shamrock.
Yeah, there you
Classic,
go.
For sure.
Definitely, yeah. So, it went to different owners. It was different companies, Valero, and then CST Brands, and all this good stuff. So I was going to school. I was going to again, as I was in community college. Then I believe in 2011, I started going to UTEP. So that's when I decided to go for criminal justice.
Yeah, there must have been a reason why you wanted to do criminal justice. Were you wanting to get into law enforcement or something, or was it just one of those? Let me see. Let me throw all the degree plans on the table, and then I close my eyes and I just picked one. And criminal justice.
That's right. Throwing something random.
I did my degree too. I was the same
Really?
way. I was like, what do I need? I got to go to college or something, right?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? All right, shred all these papers with all these degrees, toss them up on the table, and said, there you go. E-business management is what I'm doing.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, that's something more or less what happened with me. I mean, yes, I did wanna to do something in law enforcement. It didn't work out. I did try to join the sheriff department back in 2012 or something, and then Border Patrol. It didn't happen. Had different plans for me, most definitely. So yeah, I was in a way settled in something in criminal justice, but not too sure. To be honest, I went with criminal justice because I just thought it was the easier route. I thought it was the easier route. I think it didn't have much math involved, to be honest.
Oh,
which,
yes.
which ironic enough, being
I
a
hate
business owner right now.
My fiance does all my mathing for me.
Man, yeah, I can definitely relate. I had my back then she was my girlfriend, but she's not my wife. But she was assisting me with all these math problems and math basic classes that we had back in the day. So that was one of the reasons I was like, I think that's the easier route. I'll just go with that. So yeah, I was doing the gas station thing. I became a manager there. I was managing the gas station. I was going to school. I got married to my wonderful wife in 2013.
All right, this is Brenda we're talking about?
Brenda, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's my partner and wife and my partner in crime and everything.
Indeed.
Yeah, for sure. We've been together since for like 21 years, man. We were high school sweethearts, boyfriend and girlfriend. Pretty much since high school. But yeah, she was assisting me throughout this whole college experience. She was helping me out with math for sure. She's the brains behind math, at least more than I ever was.
I can relate, trust me.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So in 2014, finally we got married 2013. In 2014, I graduated from UTEP. By then, I had my first son. He was born in 2014. My son, Sergio He was born in 2014. He was months old, around 8 months old, if I can recall, when I graduated from UTEP in 2014, criminal justice. So yeah, I was still doing the gas station thing. So 2015 comes around, somewhere around, actually I think it was my son's first year birthday when I got the call. You know, if you know, going back to my bio, yeah, I did the, I was working for a shelter that provided services for migrant children.
Yeah, that was one of the things when you sent me your bio that was very intriguing to me. You dedicated yourself to serving vulnerable populations through work at a migrant service shelter. So tell us about that part.
Sure, no, definitely. It was a great experience, man. I mean, I learned a lot. I definitely learned a lot. It was 10 wonderful years of my life. I really became into myself. I matured there. You know, I grew there. So I definitely got a lot of knowledge that I was able to implement later on in my life and in my businesses. So yeah, that's the first place I applied on, and thankfully, thanks to God, you know, I got the call again in August. My sister, she did something similar. She graduated in social work. She got her degree in social work from UTEP as well, and I think she had previously worked at a shelter similar to this one, and she's the one who, hey, you know, told me, hey, go ahead and apply, and you know, who knows, maybe it'll work out for you, and it did. You know, thankfully it did. I joined the ranks, I guess you can say. In 2015, I started as a case manager. I was working in migrant children's, in their cases, we were putting them through the system, finding them sponsors and families, and somewhere to stay here in the U.S., right? Definitely a controversial type of business, type of job that I joined. You know, I was fortunate enough to join, and we were a lot under the loop back then. You know, I got through it for 10 years. You know, I got through it for 10 years. I moved up in the ranks a little bit. I did the I became an assistant lead case manager in 2018, I believe, 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, around 2024, what was it? 2024 comes around, and I mean, a lot of things happen with the business. A lot of things happen with the company. I just couldn't relate to it with what they stood for, and there was a lot of issues with, I guess, you know, the hierarchy, if you might.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, yeah. So things weren't just jiving with you. You weren't on the same length with them anymore. You didn't have the same values and everything else, but you got called into entrepreneurship. So, you know, what was that like to transition from public service essentially to entrepreneurship? Tell us about that.
That was awesome. That was a great jump. I mean, it was a great jump to be able to witness or be part of, you know, experience, I guess. I really, you know, business owner. It's never been my background. My family has never been, you know, it's not. That's not what they're known for. You know, it's you know, my family. It's more of Monday through Friday. You know, just hustling. And my dad, he did construction. My mom, she did several things. Excuse me. So I don't come from a business background. You know, that's not my background. But it was pretty much through my wife. We connected with the previous owners here at CFAM Party Hall. It was under different management, different administration. So my wife, she's she definitely has a career, and hopefully she gets the opportunity to be in front of this mic and talk about herself. But
We will, especially when we start talking about our collaboration and partnerships. So
Hopefully.
for sure. Yes.
Yeah, so we always had the idea of doing something of our own, right? We started doing the YouTube channel, the influencer kind of thing.
You tried that.
Well, not me. I was behind the cameras. I was doing the recording, the editing, and all this good stuff.
So Brenda was doing all the
all the talking.
camera
Yeah,
stuff.
there you go.
With her career and her background,
For sure.
She fit the part right well, right?
For sure. Yeah. She's the charming one. So, but a lot more than. But yeah, she's. We took up on the YouTube channel. She started building up her. Her followers in social media and YouTube. So that's where the seed planted, right? When we started thinking of doing something of our own, it's like, let's see what we can do. There's just something about I guess working for somebody or having working for a company. Always trying to look for that freedom. That's where it started. That's where that's where the dream started, I guess you can say. So back in towards the very end of 2023, we hooked up with the previous owners. They weren't pushing too much for the party hall. I think it was more of a plan B for them. When we jumped on board, we thought it was a great idea. It was more of a gamble. We weren't sure if it was going to work out. Again, not having a business background, that's where we took off. That's where we started. But it was a gamble again. Thankfully, it did okay. It did well, decent enough that after 2 years and a half, pushing 3 years, we're still here. We changed the brand. We remodeled it. We changed a few things here and there. We kept the screen, which we already talked about, right?
Yes, we did.
That's one of the things that caught my attention. That's like, oh man, that's amazing.
So you saw it too.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It definitely did.
So it wasn't your idea. It was a previous owner's.
It was, yes.
Give them credit for the
Definitely, yes, for sure, yes. Whole credit to them, full credit. We did bought it off from them. We took off with it. I think that's where I was able to implement my management, my administration background. I was always working in front of a computer, right? So it was a lot easier for me to, work with numbers and do documentation and all the, enter data in the computer. So somehow it worked out. Somehow it started developing from there.
So you went. You started with CFAM, and then you introduced CFAM plushie rides, both here at the Shoppes of Solana, as well as at Bassett Place. So obviously, you're still around with that. That was kind of your baby start, right?
Yeah.
And that's still going. What was more interesting is that you decided to open up the ceviche bar too here at the Solana. So where did that come from? You went from, CFAM banquet party hall, right?
Right.
And then you said, man, I just like ceviche. I'm just gonna open up a ceviche bar. Is that how it worked out?
Pretty much. But I gotta put it back on my wife, man. I mean, she's again, we've been together forever. So a lot of the things that I've done throughout the past 20 years of my life, it's been next to her. So she's the ceviche fan here. Of course, I like my seafood. I like my ceviche and all that. But she's always that. She was always looking around for a good ceviche. We found a few places here and there, but I know she was navigating social media. I think it was Facebook. So by then, we already had CFAM Party Hall. So I started wandering off from the migrant service business. One day she's like, hey, there's this new ceviche place. It's called Ceviche Bar. I think she was friends with the one who posted. I think she posted a story. That this friends posted a story of Ceviche Bar. They had just opened. I think they had just opened for 6-8 months or something. So they were still brand new, but it just started taking off from them. It had just started to take off. So you know, we're from this side of town, west side. So we're like, let's just drive all the way over there and see what they're all about, right? So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. We dropped by their Tierra Este location. We tried their ceviche, which is not your typical restaurant ceviche that's already made. What's special about the ceviche is that you know, you build your own ceviche, right? Following something similar to you know, Subway, Chipotle, where you pick your items, your proteins, your veggies, and all that. That's pretty much what they were doing, and it just worked. It just worked. Their salsas, it's you know, it's a lot based around Mazatlan and Sinaloa and Sonora and all this, you know, seafood, you know, area, kind of, if I make any sense. But
no, it makes complete sense. So ceviche bar was Brenda's idea, right?
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah.
She's not gonna get mad at me if we talk a little bit about her, right?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
she should be happy about it.
We gotta tell a little bit about Brenda's background too,
I gotta.
you know, when people come back and they're going to look at this podcast and they're going to be like, Brenda, what do we know Brenda from? And then you're going to drop the news of who Brenda is, and you're like, I remember her.
It happens all the time.
You got to talk about it. Come on.
Yeah. No, definitely. So she was working for Univision 26 for a good, I don't know, I think it was 8 years, 10 years of her life. She did a lot of TV stuff, you know, a lot of hosting and being behind the mic and being just the face in front of, I guess, a camera, right? She's always been around that. She's, you know, she has that charm and you know, she's very easygoing for that, right? So, of course, she networked with a lot of people, right? So that's pretty much her background. I'm sure she's gonna be able to talk about that a bit more. But yeah, that's her background. She's no longer there. She retired from that whole thing a couple of years ago. But that's when both of us did the entrepreneurship and business owners full time, right?
Yeah.
For the last 2-3 years of our life, that's what we've been doing. But yeah, I mean, it's due to her taste for ceviche, due to her a special liking for ceviche that we joined in with our partners from Ceviche Bar in Tierra Este.
And thanks to her extravagant math skills is where you guys
Oh
are
yeah,
today.
that's right. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, I definitely owe a lot to my wife, and you know, it's she's part of me that you know, she's very special to me. Definitely, I love her to death. So, but yeah, man. I mean, it happened really quick. That Ceviche Bar thing. We hooked up with our partners from over there. We sat down. We talked it over. I know that they were pushing to expand. They definitely looked into Solana for that. And that's where we come in, right? We sat down, we spoke. They of course they found about our CFAN party hall. They knew we've been here for a couple of years, so they're, you know, we're like, let's just do it. Let's go for it and see what happens. And then it took about a month and a half for us to build up the whole thing. We, you know, in the food court. This place hadn't been. It was vacant for years and years, so it you know, there's definitely a lot of work into it, especially behind the scenes. But you know, thankfully, yes, month and a half later, you know, somewhere towards the end of July 2025, we opened. We did a soft opening, then a grand opening, and here we are, man. Thankfully, it's been very, very successful. It's been really, really well liked. I still have ceviche, you know, every day, and it's just mouth watering, you know.
Yeah.
So
well, you know, being a business owner, you kind of have that that benefit, right?
Right, yeah.
All the ceviche you can eat, right?
Oh yeah. It's I've always liked the fitness side. I've always been a fan as well. I like working out, and so it fits really well with that. It's low fat, low in calories, high protein.
Yeah.
You get your veggies, good carbs and stuff like that. So it fits that mold. It's really good. It's healthy food if you might. So it's your different type of seafood and ceviche that you hardly ever find here in El Paso, right?
Right.
So,
yeah, for sure.
mhm.
So again, you went from college and majoring in criminal justice to entrepreneur to multi-entrepreneur, which is fascinating, and that's very cool. And congratulations to you and Brenda for having those successful businesses. And as I said before, I grew up here in the West Side. Solana used to be called Sunland Park Mall, right? You remember
Right,
that?
of course.
And I grew up in this mall back when they had General Cinema, Hot Dog on a Stick, and a bunch of other stores in here. So kind of coming back here to set up Stream915 Studios almost felt like it was destiny. And meeting you, well, I believe, might be a part of God's plan of us working and collaborating together, which brings us to that part where we talked, we were both kind of bringing our own expertise together with CFAM and Stream915 Studios, and we decided that we're going to work together for our next Screen and Share Film Festival. And if you don't know what Screen and Share Film Festival is, go to stream915.com, watch last year's October 24th at the Art Space Center, where we basically show short films and we do a Q&A session. So when I walked around and I saw CFAM and the big screen, I fell in love with it, with the stage too, no less. And we talked about it, we clicked on it, we're gonna talk more about it, and we're gonna release those details once we get everything kind of finalized. But the cool thing is that we're gonna host it at CFAM, and can I say that Brenda's a part of it too?
Sure,
okay,
yeah, definitely.
So Brenda
Yeah.
is going to do the Q&A sessions with our content partners. So we're definitely gonna have her on in the future to talk about that part. And after the fact that she meets our content partners and they sit down and they get to know one another and just get a good vibe and some cohesion going on. So this way, when she comes on the show, I can tell her, Brenda, so what do you think about our content partners? You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And then that's just gonna kind of build up to our film festival, which again is gonna be sometime in the summertime. We'll release the dates as soon as we have that. We actually have a meeting on Monday to discuss all the logistics and everything. But once we do, we're definitely going to release that information to you. But it doesn't stop there, because we're gonna do some more stuff together,
Good
right?
stuff.
We're because I remember you told me that CFAM is family, it's birthday parties, it's great, right? But what you really want to get into as well is some more little adult themed stuff, right? A little
For
more
sure.
mature audiences, and we're not talking about like a total adult stuff. We're talking, like for husband and wife,
Right.
date night, and things like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And so we're starting to collaborate on that kind of stuff, which is fantastic considering we're both tenants here at Shoppes of Solana and working together to bring a better, whatever you want to call it, experience to the mall patrons, because that's what it's all about, right? Is to give them something different than you would have than, let's say, Cielo Vista or Bassett,
Right.
Because we've all been to Cielo Vista, right? And that mall just vomits stores. Stores
That's right.
everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Bassett Place is a little more mellow, but they
Mhm.
do have some events. And
Yeah.
they have some markets and stuff that happen there, which I know Teresa over there and nice people and everything. But what I love about Shoppes of Solana, number one, I grew up here. It's a little nostalgic for me. But number two is that they're really transforming, in my opinion, into more of an attraction-based mall, where they have attractions and events and showcases and car shows and a bunch of other things, like, you know, we have Jungle Reef here, you have a driving school here, you know,
Right,
we have
yeah.
CFAM, Stream915 Studio. So I feel like it's becoming a attraction-based mall, which is different in itself, and I believe that's the future of big places like the Shoppes of Solana, is to come here for the attractions, stay for the food, stay for the ceviche.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
Come and have the birthday parties, and just come and support local, because most of the business in this mall are, in fact, local business owners like yourself and me, right?
That's right. Yeah, definitely. So 100%. Most of the businesses here, we're all local, most of us. There's a few here and there. They don't need much promotion from us anymore, but you know, good people definitely, right? But most businesses are local, and yeah, back in the day, it was a place to be. Sunland Park Mall, it was a place to be. It had a lot of national stores, right? National, international stores. But yeah, I mean, things happen, and here we are, you know, years later. And thankfully, I got to meet you, Tony, for sure. And we needed something like this, man. Something you know, I always had that idea as well for the podcast. And I've been all over the place, right? As I mentioned earlier, I was venturing into, you know, going to school, criminal justice, and then, you know, the migrant shelter thing. And then I'm over here, you know, entrepreneur. And I think I'm finally, to expand the CFA Party Hall, not only for Kids Party Hall, which is, we do in that area. It's 80-90% of our events, kids birthday parties. But we've also done some adult kids birthday parties. But we've also done some adult stuff in you know, fashion shows. We had a retirement, you know, fashion shows. We had a retirements and stuff like that. So my wife did some of her recordings here, some of her stuff for social in CFAM. But when we saw you guys, we're like, man, this is it. You guys got it. So for sure, Stream915